Something remarkable just happened in the United Kingdom. After a 2.5-year battle, an employment tribunal has ruled that nurses at Darlington Memorial Hospital faced unlawful discrimination and harassment by Durham County and the Darlington NHS Foundation Trust. The nurses spoke up because they were forced to share their changing room with a biological male. We brought you a report about this case last year. 7 months after the Supreme Court there ruled that men and women must be defined by their biological sex, rather than by gender identity or legal gender recognition. Now, 9 months after that High Court decision, the employment judges ruled the NHS had violated the dignity of the Darlington nurses and created a hostile, humiliating, and degrading environment. Darlington Memorial Hospital nurse Bethany Hutchison told Sky News that she and her fellow claimants are delighted with the decision.
We're ecstatic, actually, and it's a win for women and men within the NHS and health sector. There's obviously a very simple solution to this, and all along we have advocated for our transgender colleague to have a facility for them to change in. Of the same kind as ours. We don't really understand why it's taken such a long time for this to happen.
The nurses say they hold no grudge against their colleague Rose. They simply asked that the biological male use a different dressing room. When the nurses stood up to the NHS policy, they were told to compromise, to broaden their thinking, and to be more inclusive. But instead of Rose moving, it was the nurses who were sent to change in a converted office. The nurses, not Rose, were removed from the locker room. Christian Concern represented the nurses in the case against the NHS. The organization's chief executive, Andrea Williams, reacted to the win, explaining that the women took a stand for truth.
To be able to go into work and just feel safe, for things to be normal in the workplace. And they found themselves in the media of a national and public conversation. But today they have won. Today they've won this really important victory. And we're hoping that policies will change across the NHS that will say that women can have single-sex spaces in which to change in the hospitals. It's a simple request.
Yes, folks, it is a common-sense policy that protects women's rights. Female nurses can feel safe in their own dressing room. Transgender individuals have a private space of their own. It's a simple solution, long overdue in hospitals across the UK and in female locker rooms right here in the USA. Well, that's it today from the Global Lane. Until next time, be blessed.